Imagine paying over $1 million for a horse that's never won a race, essentially just paying for its family tree. This is kind of the standard in the thoroughbred industry, and this pedigree isn't just history, it's prediction, prestige, and often profit. While I'm currently interning here at Haggard Equine in Lexington, Kentucky, I've had the chance to witness just how deep the idea of bloodline runs. From the breeding farms to the racetrack, ancestry is something that matters, and understanding this has given me a deeper appreciation for the horses that I get to work with. Today, I'm going to be talking about pedigree and the three most important things that come with it. Number one, I'm going to be talking about how they're tracked, how they're analyzed, and how those traits that are analyzed equate to their market value. Thoroughbred bloodlines are carefully tracked and maintained through formal registration systems. Organizations like the Jockey Club are in charge of keeping the records for all the thoroughbreds in North America. When a foal is born, its pedigree is documented using DNA verification to ensure accuracy. And this just isn't some formality paperwork that a farm manager fills out, but rather the starting point for its career and its value. Most pedigrees are displayed in a 5-cross chart. We'll see one in a second. These 5-cross charts go back 5 generations, and while that might seem excessive, it's kind of the standard, because the buyers and investors want to see patterns, connections, and repeating ancestors with proven performance tracks. For example, you guys might know a Seattle Slew or Mr. Prospector, and seeing one of those multiple times in a 5-cross chart signals traits like speed, stamina, and even temperament. And these names kind of carry a weight like a family name or a legacy name, only they come with a 6 to 7 figure investment. According to the Pollock Report in 2022, registries like the Jockey Club require strict naming rules, accurate foaling info, and proof of breeding eligibility. Without this, a horse cannot race or be sold officially, and even the names of these horses must be unique. Some names, like Secretariat, are retired. This system creates a sense of order and trust in the breeding world. Imagine, for instance, buying a yearling without any pedigree data. You'd essentially be gambling on the genetics without knowing the odds. Pedigrees are more than just a family tree. They're tools breeders use to predict traits and potential. One of the first things a buyer looks at is the sire and dam of a particular horse. Certain stallions like Into Mischief or Tappet are known for producing top-tier foals. According to Blood Horse in 2022, Tappet has sired multiple Belmont Stakes winners and was ranked as the top general sire in the U.S. for several years. To give you a visual, I brought the 5-cross pedigree for Tappet, who I've had the privilege to meet. So here that is. As you can see, Tappet's sire, Pulpit, traces back to AP Indy, then to Seattle Slew, and even Secretariat's genetics through Weekend Surprise. On the dam side, Tappet's mother, Tap Your Heels, brings in the genetics of Unbridled, the 1990 Kentucky Derby winner. And if you look closely, you'll see in red that the name like Mr. Prospector appears more than once. And this is called line breeding, which is used to reinforce traits like soundness and early speed. This isn't just a family tree, but it's a blueprint for performance. The breeders also use tools like Trunix, which is a score of compatibility for the sire and dam of a particular horse. And this assesses their bloodlines based on history. So it's kind of like a dating app or matchmaking for horses. Lastly, a thoroughbred's bloodline can significantly impact its market value. At yearling auctions like the Keeneland September sale, horses are bought and sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars just based on their pedigree and conformation. In 2023, a colt like Curlin sold for $3 million without ever stepping foot on a racetrack. The buyers and investors were essentially betting on their genetics. And while the yearlings bring in a lot of money, the stallions do too. Tappet, like I just talked about, at the peak of his career had a $300,000 stud fee. Say he bred 100 mares in a season, that would be $30 million alone in stud fees. The investors recognize his reputation, and just because it's so strong, they're willing to pay top dollar simply for a chance at Tappet's offspring. And say just one of Tappet's offspring wins a race, their value would skyrocket. So what goes from a $1 million investment at a yearling auction can turn into a $10 million stallion or broodmare overnight. Pedigree isn't just a family tree, but it's a very strong business strategy. And there's also the insurance aspects of the pedigrees. These companies assess value based on their bloodlines. So for example, a foal out of a grade 1 winning mare by a top sire would be insured for hundreds of thousands of dollars like 2 weeks after it's born, ever before it sets foot on a racetrack. Then there's also syndicates and investors who rely on pedigree data when pooling resources for breeding operations. And hopefully, if all goes right, the legacy will continue. With Tappet, his sons, Essential Quality, and Flightline are entering their breeding age of their life. This is a generational investment. So let's recap. Thoroughbred bloodlines are carefully tracked, analyzed, and deeply tied to a horse's value. While fast race times and a strong conformation matter, pedigree often determines which horses get a chance to prove themselves. I've gotten to see this firsthand, and it's not just paperwork that a farm manager does, but rather a decision maker for veterinarians, breeders, and buyers alike. So next time you guys hear about a horse selling for millions, remember, it might not be because of what it's done, but who it comes from and what it can do.